I'm going to tell you the secret to stay motivated from the beginning of the story all the way to the end. This is how all authors write a great book. And if they don't, they should, because this is the only way to write a great book. They want to be a writer, always have, but they've never gotten their big break. But then suddenly, something dramatic happens in their lives. They meet the love of their life. Their love of their life is in trial and struggle, and they must help them overcome it. And they do. But then everything falls apart. In order to make sense of their life, they sit down and they write, in one night, their book. Forget hard work, discipline, or roadblocks. All you need is deep, heartfelt feelings, a puzzle in your life that you must solve, and one night with an amazingly retro typewriter. Ooh, ba-ding, the pin drops. That's not it at all. That's not what happens. Ever! Ever! Never, ever, never does that happen, okay? If it happens, it's the worst thing they ever turned out. Ever! You know that college paper. We all did it. Was it a work of art? No. No. But even though we all know that, it feels like it should happen. We've seen so many movies. We've been through this experience so many times that it just feels like, why can't we just sit down and in one night whack out the entire story? What's wrong with our typewriters? Okay, it's probably their fault because they're not like old enough or retro enough or cool enough. They don't have enough good stickers on the back. Okay, no. You know what? What's wrong with our lives? We don't have enough romance in our lives. We don't have enough good friendships. We're not in a little cafe in the middle of nowhere that's been going under, but now we help the owner to find a new path in life. And this has been the dramatic experience that challenges us to write a great story. What's wrong with our lives? No. Wouldn't it be lovely if meeting the love of your life inspired you to create something fantastic? Wouldn't it be great if all those things just coincided in life? You move to an island, meet wonderful people, and sit down overnight, write the best book you've ever written. Everything in life comes together in one fell swoop! Shawn Coyne on the Story Grid podcast says this, and I'm paraphrasing. When you come up against the ending, you start to get overwhelmed. The closer to the end, the more you psych yourself out. We all have that moment. We all have the time when the great beast threatens to devour our creativity and leave us without an ending. How do we fight the beast and overcome him? The answer is really simple. Do what you started out to do. You had a direction for the story from the beginning. Even if you didn't write an outline, lots of us don't, even if you didn't, you had this sense of where the character was going to go. So when you sit down, just get him there. The path to getting him there does not have to be perfect. Because guess what? And here's the big whopper. You're going to do a second draft. And you're going to do a third draft. But the first draft does not need to be perfect. The first draft is a story that you are telling yourself. You know where this character's going. So get him there. Or her, or it, or whatever's going on, or them. Get them to where they need to be, because that is the story that you set out to tell yourself. And it's about you. Not the readers, not the world, not right now. Right now, it's about you. So be motivated to tell yourself a story. When those roadblocks come up, tell yourself, it doesn't matter. Tell yourself, I'll come back to this part. I don't care how he defeats the beast. Stab him through the stomach. It doesn't have to be creative, okay? He stabs the beast, and now you can go to the part that you really know what's happening. You know that after he stabs the beast, he gets to kiss the princess. So write that in full detail. Or maybe you don't know what he does after stabbing the beast. You know he stabs that beast, you know how he kills him, but you don't know what happens after. How does the princess react? So she reacts. She says, oh, you're my hero. It's the most cliched line in all of literature, but make her say it and keep going, because you can go back. And when you've figured out her character, it's going to make more sense later on. You're going to be able to make it happen. But don't worry about it right now. Just write. Okay, not to mention that when you are in darkness, it is the worst time to start rethinking what you had in mind in the first place. It's like a weaver who has thread a pattern that he's weaving, right? And then the lights go out. He can feel the pattern, he knows how to keep going, he could do it, and when the lights came back on, it'd be a really good product. But then he decides, when the lights are out, to rethread the pattern. What a terrible idea. It's gonna turn out awful. Why are you doing this to yourself? Stop! Remind yourself that you can do this. You're the one who can tell this story because you're the one who set out to do it. Don't let your doubts have a voice in your head. Go back to the source material that inspired you to begin in the first place. He's right. You just have to go back. What inspired you? Where did you want this to go in the first place? Scrap the stuff that's stopping you. Maybe you need to, dump some stuff. So do it. But don't let that be an excuse to not write. Go back and write. Just keep writing. Chant it with me. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Plow through and stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Because you are. You've gotten this far. Congratulations. You started a book. And you can see the race through to the end. Slay your beasts. You've got a sword and you're going to cut your way out of the stomach and you're going to cut that beast into little pieces until you've solved your story. Go tell yourself the end of the story. Go tell your story.
Shut up.
Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Just keep writing. Woo!